What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Dorks Den. Today we've got something for you. We're going to be doing a God of War 4 speculation and discussion. After seeing the amazing reveal that was at E3 with the orchestra, and they went all out with that, for real. They just... I think people knew it was coming, and as soon as that orchestra started playing, we just knew it was God of War. Just had to be. But I'm, speaking of which, I'm a big God of War fan myself, so I know a lot about the series. As for Nike over here, he hasn't really played much of God of War, but he's going to give his opinion as a new God of War person.
I wouldn't say new.
Well, joining Spartan for the cause. So we're going to start off right away. God of War, the new God of War, it doesn't say God of War 4, it's just called God of War so far. But it is a sequel to God of War 3, 100%. It's already been confirmed. It takes place hundreds of years after Kratos taking down the Greek gods, and it's kind of given humanity back their freedom, spiritually, you know, and whatnot. And supposedly this is a story about Kratos who has a kid, and it's about Kratos. The way Cory Barlog says it is, Kratos is teaching his son how to be a god, while his son is teaching Kratos in return how to be human again. Because Kratos has always been that ragey kind of fly off the handles character.
So has it been confirmed that the child in the...
Is Kratos' son, yes.
Is his son? Oh, okay.
Yes, yep, has been confirmed. And actually a cool little tidbit of that information with that is they have a button dedicated just to interaction with your son. Which brings gives it a whole Last of Us vibe, which it kind of already has going with the new tone that they're going for. I think it's cool. I mean, what do you think? What do you think about having this character join you on this journey? And
I think it's gonna be something it's gonna be like another getting introduced to this year and all that, and it seems like they're kind of revamping or I wouldn't say necessarily rebooting the God of War, but introducing you to something different.
A new chapter, I guess.
That I actually think the fans, like yourself, and that have played them, when they first came out, and people were kind of younger. I think it's gonna bring more of a adult adaptation,
a mature,
more mature,
more serious story
than just run around just
revenge,
and slash and just destroying everything in your path.
Right. And Norse mythology, this is the thing that confuses me, is how do you go from the Greek gods to a Norse setting so fluently? And they have a lot of explaining to do there, story-wise, to get us from Greek mythology to start Norse mythology.
Well, even in that whole, that culture setting, going from basically the Romans.
Yeah.
As you would basically put it, the Roman culture
Spartan
at that time.
Roman,
to totally jumping basically lower to it's Viking-based gods.
Yeah.
And those two cultures they're different.
And no Blades of Chaos. I've noticed there's no Blades of Chaos. He uses an axe now that acts much like Thor's Mjolnir, where it will go forward and come back to you. Which is awesome. I mean, that's cool. Kratos could switch weapons. That's no problem with me. But the blades were such a defining factor of the gameplay of God of War and how...
Because you were always carrying
Right, that was your weapon.
They were bound to you by chain.
Yeah.
Literally.
That was a big gameplay mechanic in the original God of Wars. How do you think they're going to overcome that with an axe? I mean, you got the whole child thing. But I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but I have faith in them. Cory Barlog is game director this time. He did animation work on God of War 1, combat design. He wrote and directed God of War 2. He wrote the script for God of War Ghost of Sparta, and he laid out God of War 3 before another director, Stig Asmussen, took over and finished the game. So he knows God of War. That's his baby. If it wasn't David Jaffe, I would choose Cory Barlog, and I'm glad they did, because he's just going to take this God of War in a whole new direction. I'm so excited for it. I think it's going to be great. No multiplayer this time. Confirmed no multiplayer. So you think that's a good thing? I think it's a good thing. I think it's
I think it's just showing that they're not trying to like actually like let's say stay with times or compete with
Right.
a lot of the other games coming out because now we're in the day and age. We're on the next gen consoles and all that. PC gaming's bigger than it ever has been, and a lot of games are based around multiplayer now, where whether the campaign or your story mode that comes second now.
Right.
And
Yeah.
basically, majority of the games. There's very few games out there that are
Story single player experiences
Yeah.
from start to finish.
everyone's just everyone's surrounded by multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then your small transactions now,
Mhm.
which is involved in Lord knows all sorts of gaming.
Yeah,
now, from if you're doing it off,
microtransactions everywhere now.
from when you're doing it off your Android to now if you're if you're a big COD player, they have all those little
DLCs and skins,
all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's like and
that's good. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a nice release
Mhm.
from a player standpoint.
Mhm.
Now, it's like finally, you can just focus on the game by
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about this cool has a cool costume, whatever. And it's like we need to buy this for this skin, or
Right.
whatever. Or no, they have this cool weapon. And I think it's a relief
Yeah.
overall for
Yeah.
just the players.
Yeah, I agree. After playing so many games, it's just you need that story structure. And after Ascension, tried out multiplayer a little bit. It wasn't. I mean, it was fun, but God of War's not made for a multiplayer setting. And I'm glad they just ditched it this time. We don't need it.
Well, I'm glad they're staying away from that.
Yeah.
Like on their own, because you don't already want to start putting holes or flaws
Into it. Yeah.
into something that could potentially be great or
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Than to try to think too much or go too much outside, and it actually hurts it in the long run.
Yeah.
Because God of War overall, I haven't played a lot of the game, or I haven't played a lot of time into them.
Thoroughly. Yeah. Yeah.
I've watched the cutscene movie that people have put on all that, and watched them, and they're great.
They are. The stories are amazing. Like when David Jaffe created God of War, in his head, everyone shut him down. The story's too violent. It's too dark. No one's gonna watch it. No one's gonna like it. Sony said, you know what, we're gonna give you a chance, and that's how God of War started. And I love it. I love the storytelling. I love the revenge setting.
Well, that's the thing, guy. Once you get past all the grotesque violence and all that, it is a very good game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you're playing from different levels to levels and all that, so the scenery is constantly changing.
No, and
it's beautifully done.
And since God of War 1, there has been no loading times in a God of War game since God of War 1. It's always been a continuous shot game, where as soon as you start, it doesn't load until you reach the credits. And I've always found that amazing. And it's also God of War 4 is also confirmed, just to be like the other ones, to be one continuous shot, just like the other ones. I think that's amazing because it doesn't hinder your journey. Because a lot of games you get these little posts like towns you stop in, and you get sidetracked doing side quests and doing crap here, doing this that. Well, Kratos' journey is just I always like how they're more linear. You can just you've got a plan, you execute that plan all the way to the end, and it benefits from that. And I'm glad that God of War 4 is taking that mantle. We also got to talk about Kratos' son, actually, as a character. So if Kratos is half god, a demigod, son of Zeus, that would make his son quarter god? Because apparently in the demo, when his son is using arrows, you can see lightning. They're like lightning arrows. So he's clearly enhancing his arrows to use lightning arrows. So he's got to have Zeus's lineage somewhere. But how is this going to tie into the whole Norse setting? Kratos' family has no connections to Norse mythology so far. I mean, his mother, maybe the kid's mother was Norse, and maybe she died or something, and maybe Kratos is taking the mantle.
I want to say, it's the one thing you haven't seen is any mention or anything of the mother.
The mother, yep.
In speculation, maybe it's not totally blood then to his kid.
True. Could be. You never know with God of War, dude. I was fighting a monster with 20 titties, so I mean, It's God of War. It's God of War.
Well, like on that whole space with different cultures, like from Greek mythology, there's so many gods and there's so many different types of creatures from, Medusa, the Kraken.
Yeah.
Then you spin off one of your stories like, Achilles, and I mean there's so much in the Greek mythology, and I haven't read too much deep into Norse mythology, but
Right.
But I have approached it and seen it. It's it's with Thor,
Dragons,
and all that.
Dragons, and God of War. Okay, you two, let's do it.
Well, like I know in Norse, it's different realms.
Yeah, the 9 realms.
For,
Yeah.
like your frost giants and the dark elves, I think they're called.
But I mean, clearly this is going to be a series. It's going to be a trilogy, I'm assuming, of Kratos in this Norse setting. Do you see them using any of the big gods in the first game, or do you see them holding off?
Because I know Norse mythology isn't as big as Greek mythology.
Right.
But there's still a lot to it. And I think if they were like to come in with, especially like some more well known like Thor and Odin.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
Marvel
Thor,
uniform.
Odin, and yeah.
Like I feel like
Heimdall.
if they did throw them in there, it should only be for cameos. You shouldn't already have them interacting.
Right.
Because you want to keep us coming later.
Right.
And plus, and then if you did, and they only want to do like say just one game, I feel like it'd be too much to be putting into one game.
And the first, the first
like
new.
if you're just doing one game, like that, it'd be way too much.
Yeah.
There'd be plot holes and stuff, and you'd be like, okay, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So, and in E3, and the gameplay, they did fight. What did they? I know
well, there were like these monster things. I mean, I'm not. Once again, I was a lot more big into Greek mythology than Norse, so I'm not too sure. They look like giants of some sort, like some sort of.
But like I remember there was like one part where they did fight something, like you would probably say like a semi-boss or
like a troll. Yeah, it was like a big troll or something.
Like I remember that.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing fans were worried about after watching the E3 demo that they did. Was a lot of the fans of God of War were like, "Hey, where's those big QuickTime events? Where's those those big set gods that you fight? Those giant set pieces?" And Cory Barlog says, "Listen, it's Sony Santa Monica that's making it. You know they're gonna be in there. Don't worry about it. We're not gonna show you those. They're gonna be there. We're gonna focus on showing you the emotional ties that you've never seen in a God of War game in this first preview." And I respect that. I think that's awesome. So fans, don't worry. Those big moments will be in there, according to Cory Barlog, game director. He says they're going to be there. They're going to be there. Don't worry about it. And it's just, I have faith in Sony Santa Monica that they know what they're doing with God of War. That they're going to deliver on the God of War game that I want to play, that you want to play as a newcomer. And tell me about that. Is this going to be your first God of War that you're going to play?
Well, I've never played the first one. I dabbled in the second one, and I actually played the third one. And as like an actual, I felt like I cheated myself. But I probably should have just played them all
the way through.
But like when you play the third one, it just tells you everything that's already happened. And I was like, no, we probably should play. Like even like watching the gameplay at E3. It looks like it plays differently.
It's like it's a completely different game. From what I know of God of War to what they showed at E3, it's a completely different game.
But it seems like something I can like emotionally attach myself to and get into it and probably play it.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm definitely getting a Last of Us type vibe from it, where it's going to have that emotional impact throughout the game.
I mean, and it's exclusive.
Oh yeah.
Next to Uncharted, and it's like they're not gonna let God of War fail.
No.
They're not gonna let it be epic.
Right.
They just they won't.
They won't fail. It's gonna be great, guys. Don't worry about it. We're still not even a 2016 release that I know of. I'm pretty sure it's no idea, no to be determined. Is what I was.
All I know is like nowadays there's a lot of different companies, Ubisoft. Like they're just putting games out
shovelware,
just year after year, doing like wearing their franchises out. Not giving enough time to actually dedicate, put like actual
to think. Hey, this is what our fans loved us for. Let's continue that. And Ubisoft's over here like, hey, we sold 1 million Rabid games to some dumb kids. Let's make a Rabbids too. You know what I'm saying? That's just not the way it's supposed to work.
Like, one of the best examples is Uncharted. Like,
Yeah.
they space those games out. It's because they put so much time.
Well, they take their
effort,
time. Yeah.
and they want to make something special.
They
out
take
of the
pride
beginning.
in their game.
And then when they finally hit and come out, it blows you away.
Yeah.
Every single time it's blowing you away.
Oh yeah, yep. That's exactly what God of War is done, minus Ascension. But we'll let that slide. It's a spinoff. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up our first. I think that's gonna wrap up our first God of War discussion video. We'll definitely have more for you guys closer to release once we find out when that is. But stay here on our channel at Dorkston. Like, subscribe. Check out Nike streaming games all the time. His channel. Like, subscribe for him as well. See you later.
Take it easy. Thanks for watching.
Peace.